Have you ever been falling behind in your homework? Or perhaps slacking in areas like your job or relationships with friends and family? It may very well be due to a lack of satisfaction in certain areas of your life. Speaking as somebody who's struggled before with depression and a lack of satisfaction in certain areas of my life, I can speak from experience when I say that satisfaction, even if you feel like you have it, may not be enough to get through. I believe that satisfaction is completely necessary in order for normal functioning to happen in people's lives. And as we go on, I will explain why we need a sense of satisfaction, what areas of our life can benefit from satisfaction, and finally, how exactly we can achieve it. Which we can go on with me posing my first question, which I'm sure is already in the back of some of your minds. Why do we need a sense of satisfaction to function right? And I can answer this question simply and say that satisfaction is the basis for motivation. Of course, there are many things in our life that can fuel our motivation, like positive prospects, desire for something or someone, or it can be fueled by negative prospects like revenge. But how do we expect to motivate ourselves if there's no satisfaction at the end, during or after the activity? Take a famous example of a condition in which there is a lack of satisfaction: depression. The Mental Health Foundation describes even mild depression as a negative influence on daily life, interfering with our ability to concentrate and motivate ourselves in areas like work. After all, how do we expect to motivate ourselves to do certain things if there's no satisfaction at the end of it? There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And even without a condition like depression, satisfaction, a lack of it rather, can still negatively affect your life. I have a friend who can't seem to hold down a job because he doesn't find any satisfaction in it. He just can't find any satisfaction for himself. He knows the aspects of a job that can benefit your life, like finding new friends at your job or making more money. But he can't find any satisfaction for himself in the job, and it keeps him from motivating himself to be able to keep it. And of course, there are many other areas of our life besides work that we can benefit in with a sense of motivation, which leads me to pose my second question. What areas of our life can we benefit from with a sense of motivation, with a sense of satisfaction? And the answer for that is there are many different areas of our life that we can benefit from with a sense of satisfaction. But I guess to answer it generally, I'd say any area of our life that requires motivation to succeed. After all, we did mention earlier that a sense of satisfaction is the basis for motivating ourselves. And perhaps the most common example of an area of our life that can benefit from satisfaction is work. You know, working at a workplace, keeping jobs. Um, there was a study conducted, and this is just to show that, you know, the benefits of satisfaction in the workplace doesn't go without proof. There was a study conducted by the Department of Economics at the University of Warwick that showed that more satisfied workers were 12% more productive than the average worker. And of course, you know, work isn't the only area of our lives that we can benefit from with a sense of satisfaction. Another area is relationships with friends and family. I mean, after all, you know, how can we expect to keep up with others and satisfy their wants and needs when we can't even satisfy our own? With more satisfaction comes more motivation to keep up with them, to keep up with our friends and family, maintain our relationships with them, and take care of their desires, satisfy them, and not have to worry about satisfying ourselves. And you know, satisfaction is key in these areas. Uh, you can even just be a more positive person with a sense of satisfaction. which may make you a more pleasurable person to be around, which can lead to friends and family enjoying the experience of being around you and be able to maintain a healthy social circle. For me, I'm a positive person, and I seem to be happy a lot, and people comment on how they like that about me, how they enjoy that. That brings pleasure to them. And so that's just, I believe that's an example of how just a sense of satisfaction in your life without any effort after that can benefit you in your social circle. But of course, you can't find a sense of motivation, you can't find a sense of satisfaction without an ability, without a way to find it. And so that brings me to my third and final question. How can we attain a sense of satisfaction in our lives? And I'll say that there are many different ways to find it. I mean, you know, uh, satisfaction, you can't be completely satisfied in all areas of your life. It's just impossible. And even if there are some, it's a rare crowd. But I would say, in my opinion, personally, satisfaction in your life on a large scale comes from simply your own experiences and perspectives on life rather than how much money you have or how many friends you have. Take Dr. Leslie Becker Phelps from Psychology Today, who suggested a few ways to find satisfaction in your life. One of them is going out and having new experiences, going new places, trying to find new hobbies. Finding a new hobby, going to a new place, or seeing something new, trying something new that you like can add spice to your life and allow you to find a sense of satisfaction. Another suggestion that she had is maintaining a social circle, a healthy social circle, and whether that just be with a couple friends, one or two or three, or you know, maintaining relationships with your family members. Uh, Everybody gets a little lonely if they can't have conversations and share experience with other people, and that loneliness can eventually lead to a lack of satisfaction. And of course, your own perspective on life is part of it as well. So seeing things as a glass half empty all the time is going to get you nowhere. You have to take that leap and be a little more optimistic in your life in order to find a sense of satisfaction. And finally, effort is key. You can't expect to find satisfaction on a whim, by just mere luck or chance. You have to be willing to put yourself out there to find it. And all in all, satisfaction is completely necessary in finding, motivation and in areas of your life, being able to maintain your life. The necessity for it, the desire for satisfaction simply comes from the necessity, the need for satisfaction to get on with our lives. After all, why would you continue doing something or going somewhere if there's no satisfaction in doing it? There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And of course, satisfaction is not an instantaneous thing. You have to be willing to work at it and go new places and figure out what satisfies you. And so for those who are lacking satisfaction, who are slacking in their schoolwork, who are slacking in their work, I urge you to go out and try new things, go new places, meet new people. Find that thing in your life that will motivate you, that will add satisfaction and allow you to continue with your life. And for those who already have a sense of satisfaction in your life, maintain it. You never know when certain things in your life are going to slip out of reach, and you want to be there to maintain your life, to nurture it, to care for it, make sure that everything's in check, and that you can continue to have a sense of satisfaction. And I just want you to think about how long a human life is. And think about how many years us college students have ahead of us, and perhaps how many years we've spent being a little too unsatisfied. And as we leave out, I want to leave you with one question. Why wait one more year, one more month, one more day when the road to a better sense of satisfaction can start with your next minute?